For many people, REITs are a great asset in their portfolio. In general, these type of companies tend to have a high dividend yield, something that investors are always attracted to. And the people who watch my videos know that REITs are an important aspect within my portfolio as well. And not only that, the vast majority of videos on my YouTube channel are about REITs. So today I want to analyze 3 REITs that I have never talked about before on the channel. And almost on a daily basis I got requests to analyze I don't know how many stocks. So in this new series I'm going to analyze 3 different stocks that are requested by you guys. And I'm talking about Rexford Industrial, Alexandria Real Estate and Equity Residential in this first video. I'll be doing a small fundamental analysis, check the dividends, and then show you the 3 price targets. Let's kick off the list with Rexford Industrial. Rexford Industrial Realty is a real estate investment trust engaged in the acquisition, ownership, and operation of industrial properties in the southern of California. Year to date, the stock is down 10% and hovering around the $50 per share. Rexford is a 11 billion market cap company. Price to FFO is hovering around 23, indicating that this REIT could be overvalued. But hold your horses here. Price to FFO is only telling a small part of the full story here. In a minute, I will show you my 3 price targets. Revenue is at 867 million, and in this graph we see that revenue is increasing pretty nice and steady. Margins are also increasing really nice and steady, so maybe this is why we pay a small premium for the stock. Looking at the dividends, we see that the dividend yield is sitting at 3.3%, which is a great number. Payout ratio is looking pretty good as well, at 70%, which is below the 75% average for REITs. The growth numbers also look relatively good, with an 18% compound annual growth rate in the past 5 years, and 2 years of consecutive increases. Now let's check the 3 price targets for Rexford Industrial. I'm using the Everything Money software where I need to put in 3 assumptions, and the tool will give me the 3 price targets. I'm actually putting in quite high numbers here. And when I click on Analyze, we see that this stock is still overvalued. And since this is a REIT, I'm only focusing on the discounted cash flow value. We have a low price target of $25, a mid price target of $34, and a high price target of $45. This is actually not a great way to start the list, but I do think it is a really interesting stock. So for now, I put it on my watch list and keep analyzing them from time to time. Moving on to the second REIT on this list, we have Alexandria Real Estate. This company is engaged in the business of providing space for lease to life science and technology tenants. Year to date, the stock is down 6% and hovering around the $121 per share. Alexandria is a 21 billion market cap company. Price to FFO is hovering around 13.8, which is looking really good, potentially indicating that this REIT is undervalued. But again, hold your horses here. Price to FFO is only telling a small part of the full story. In a minute I will show you my 3 price targets. Revenue is at 3 billion, and in this graph we see that revenue is increasing nice and steady. Margins are a bit of a roller coaster, so this is actually something to keep your eye on. Looking at the dividends, we see that the dividend yield is sitting at 4.3%, which is a great number. Payout ratio is looking pretty good as well, at 55%, which is way below the 75% average for REITs. The growth numbers also look relatively good with a shy 6% compound annual growth rate in the past 5 years, and 13 years of consecutive increases. Now let's check the 3 price targets for Alexandria Real Estate. I'm using the Everything Money software where I need to put in 3 assumptions, and the tool will give me the 3 price targets. This particular stock is a little harder, with all the fluctuating margins. But let's hit analyze and see what the price targets are. And since this is a REIT, I'm only focusing on the discounted cash flow value. We have a low price target of $118, a mid price target of $147, and a high price target of $183. And to me, the low to mid price target is the most justified here. So it is actually not looking that bad. For now, I will put it on the list to do a more in-depth analysis soon, since it is looking pretty interesting to me. Moving on to the last stock on this list, Equity Residential. This company focuses on owning large, high-quality properties in the urban and suburban submarkets of Southern California, San Francisco, Washington, D.C., New York, Seattle, and Boston. Year to date, the stock is up a whopping 90% and hovering around the $74 per share. EQR is a 29 billion market cap company. Price to FFO is hovering around 20, which is looking pretty interesting, potentially indicating that this REIT is overvalued. But again, hold your horses here. Price to FFO is only telling a small part of the full story. In a minute, I will show you my 3 price targets. Revenue is at 2.9 billion, and in this graph we see that revenue is increasing in the long run, but not always at a steady and consistent pace. Margins are a bit of a roller coaster too, so this is actually something to keep your eye on. Looking at the dividends, we see that the dividend yield is sitting at 3.65%, which is a great number. Payout ratio is looking pretty good as well, at 69%, which is below the 75% average. The growth numbers also look relatively decent with a shy 4% compound annual growth rate in the past 5 years, and 2 years of consecutive increases. Now let's check the 3 price targets for EQR stock. I'm using the Everything Money software where I need to put in 3 assumptions, and the tool will give me the 3 price targets. This particular stock is a little harder, with all the fluctuating margins and revenue. But let's hit analyze and see what the price targets are. And again, it is not looking good for this stock. And since this is a REIT, I'm only focusing on the discounted cash flow value. We have a low price target of $37, a mid price target of $46, and a high price target of $56. So this stock is also looking overvalued to me, which is kinda a bummer again. I do think it is an interesting company, but it is lacking in growth and consistency. And with that being said, we are coming to the end of this video. I think it's great to always check stocks that I've never heard of, or simply didn't check, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. As said earlier, I get so many requests for analyzing stocks, and to me this feels like a great way to show you 3 stocks that you requested in a fun way. I definitely think all 3 stocks are interesting, but for now only Alexandria real estate is looking really attractive in terms of valuation. So, is there any stock you want me to cover next time? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember to always do your own research and never fully trust on what I or other YouTubers say about a stock. I'm not a financial advisor and this content is just for entertaining purposes only. I hope you liked this video and it did bring some insights of the company to you. I would really appreciate a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to get notified when I'm posting a new video. Thanks for watching and I will see you in my next video.